Hello. This brief explanation is to help you understand what you need to do for your homework in general, and specifically an example of the Module 1 homework. More importantly, at the end, I will demonstrate how you can send these as PDFs, which is the way we'd like you to send your homework to me. So this is the end of the first part of the Module 1 homework. It begins on page 19 at number 2, and it has you keyboard in this information. So there are some edits to help you with text selection. This is basically a redo of what you do in the actual text of Module 1. So you'll want to work through that first so you can do this work easily. So we're moving on to step 5 here. And again, the chapter emphasizes some basic word skills. In this case, a window skill of making sure you know how to select certain text. There are examples of shortcuts to select text, which we'll see one in a minute. So what they'd like you to do first is increase the size of this text. What we notice after selecting this text is that we get the appearance of the mini toolbar. So that's what we see just above the text. This allows you to do some basic formatting, which is changing the way things look without having to search through all of the tabs and ribbon items. So they want us to go 6 times. You notice that becomes a 22-point font. So 22 or 26 is fine. They want us to make it bold. Now at this point, we do have to go on to paragraph formatting, and we'll have this area emphasized extensively in Module 3. But here we go ahead and center it. That's this button here. They also want us to put a border below this text, and the borders button is up here. You notice there are numerous border choices. In this case, we'll keep it simple, just go with bottom border. The next thing they want us to do is make all of these headings of our topics bold. This is a shortcut for selection. If you hold down the Control key on the keyboard and then do multiple selections of text that is not adjacent, that's doable in this way. Again, by holding down the Control key, and they want us to make this bold. So that's the part 1 of the Module 1 homework. We're going to save that. So you've already named it. Now, the book has you name it melon text or something of that type, but we want you to name it as described in the introduction, Module 1. In this case, it'd be part 1 because there are 2 parts. Module 1, your name and your section. So we definitely want, especially, to make sure that you indicate what homework assignment you're submitting and your name on the file. Okay, so once you do this, at this point, we don't want you to send the Word document. It is usually not the way people send attachments, etc., in business or in other real-world environments. More likely, they will send it as a PDF, a portable document format file. This will allow people who do not have Word or who are worried about opening Word documents. The PDFs are safer, and most employers will want you to do this anyway. So this is how you'll do it, and this is what you'll submit. You go to File, Export, Create PDF. In this case, there is, notice the way I've named it. because I named the Word document in that way. The PDF is named that way identically. I then go ahead, I'll save it. In this case, I'll save it to my desktop, and I click Publish. At this point, you created the PDF, it's on your desktop. This is what you need to send me for the first part of your Module 1 homework. And all homework that you do for all 8 modules should be in PDF format. So then we'll move on to part 2. So let's resume. And this is the second part of the homework. Again, you need to submit 2 different documents to get full credit. So we start out with a blank area. This time we're going to go to File, New. This time we're going to look for a template. Templates can be very useful. And so searching for online templates, you'll want to search for Facts Cover Sheet. And we'll want the professional style. Now, if you were doing this kind of just to look around, you will likely pick just Facts or Facts Cover Sheet to see what you want to use. In this case, we do it this way because we can find it quickly. This is the one you want. You click Create, and there is the facts that you will use. Now, there, by the way, Show Hide button. This is what they're referring to up here, and you will find this to be very useful going forward. Be aware that for all the rest of the homework, you will likely want to use this button, which will show you where different paragraphs begin. That's this paragraph sign or Pilcrow. Other items that you'll use as spaces here, tabs are arrows. All of this helps you figure out how your document is being built. These don't print. I'll shut it off in this case. So after you create this facts, what they want you to do is fill in a variety of items. We'll fill in a few of them here. So for example, here you go Summer of Music Festivals. You will, the recipient is someone named Jude Lennon. You can put your name here. Now notice if you are not going to include items, you delete them, so they're left blank. So you will see in figure 117 all of the rest of the material that you put in. And so again, here you would, under comments, begin to select this text and then begin to overtype. Typing replaces selection is something that we observed here, and you would continue in that fashion. Again, we will save it, File, Save. I'll put it on my desktop again. So again, the name of the file will be the module number, module 1. In this case, part 2 would be helpful. Your name, last first is best, and the section that you're in. So let's assume I'm in section 1. There are 2 sections, so please make sure you're aware of which you are in. We save this, and then again, we want to convert it to a PDF. Export, create PDF. Again, we'll put it to the desktop, publish. This is the item you send to me as your homework. You send both of these PDFs as attachments, and once I receive them, I will grade them, and the grades will be posted on Canvas. So that's how all of the homework should be submitted. And we'll do some other guides going forward for some of the homework that might be more challenging. Thanks.